Okay, hello. This video is video response to my video where Buddhism went wrong. It was one of my very first videos that I made, and it's only like 4 minutes long. It was before I got in the habit of taking up the entire like 10 minutes and 30 seconds or 11 minutes of video time to make it. But it's actually a very simple video. It is that Buddhists should believe in God. And I originally wanted to do like my top most commented on videos or video response, but YouTube doesn't have that feature telling you where the most commented on videos on, but my two most commented on videos are on that one and then where the different races of human come from. But the one where Buddhism went wrong is very, very, very common on. I get like comments on like almost every day. I've got like 1,000 comments on it. And all of those comments, but like two, in those two other comments, like one of them was like, oh, but I'm Buddhist and I believe in God, and somebody else was like, but there are some Buddhists who believe in God. All those other comments are people who are like adamantly, they think they are very against what I'm saying. And they haven't said anything about how Buddhists believe in God. They're like, the big theme is that they go, one thing that they say is, you don't know Buddhism. And like actually a couple days ago, somebody goes, yeah, you don't know Buddhism. And I go, well, the video's not isn't titled Lessons in Buddhism by Kyle Pounds. It's where Buddhism went wrong. And it's Buddhists should believe in God. And my point is that I know Buddhism enough to know that Buddhists believe in God, and that Buddhists don't believe in God and they should believe in God. And getting 1,000 comments, all of which are people pissed off at me, telling me that I shouldn't upload the video. I mean, one girl said that that I shouldn't talk trash about other cultures and that she reported my video to YouTube. And some other guy last week, or 3 days ago, tells me I was lying about going to Thailand, and I don't remember mentioning Thailand in the video, and that I was lying about saying my brother was Buddhist, or my brother was fluent in Tibetan. And, I mean, just bizarre comments. And I mean, the reason that I mention, and a bunch of people have lied about me growing up Buddhist, and it's like, the reason that I mention that I grew up Buddhist, and that my brother's Buddhist, fluent in Tibetan, and like very Buddhist, and that my mom's Buddhist, is to, even though, I may not be able to list, the Eightfold Path and the Four Noble Truths and the 3 stages of Nirvana and, list like dozens of books I've read and all this shit. I know enough about Buddhism to know that Buddhists don't believe in God. And I grew up Buddhist, and growing up Buddhist, a lot of people, we always go, I remember us always going, oh yeah, we don't believe in God, And so I'm going to say really quickly, and reiterate the video, point of the video, is that Buddhists believe in God because, I could give all the reasons why God exists. But, all religions have a piece of the puzzle. And the main thing about Christianity is God. You believe in God. God being not, a bearded guy in the sky who directs everything in the universe, but God is the entire universe as being an alive being and us being just a part of that body. And everything being part of God. All the inanimate objects being part of God, making them actually not inanimate but animate. And that's what God is, and that you should believe in God, and that is the God of Christianity. There's lots of Christians, I'm sure there's lots of Christians, although I've talked to a lot of fundamentalist Christians that I've never actually gotten that out of them. I've never actually had a Christian look me in the eye as a fundamentalist Christian and go, yes, God is an old bearded man in the sky somewhere and he's in control of everything. I've never heard that from someone, and I've heard them say some pretty crazy shit. These are from Christians who say that like 90% of people in the world are going to go and burn in hell for all of eternity. All I remember them saying is that, God is in all of us and it's all part of everything and you're part of God or whatever, And I'm sure there's lots of them who say that, you're not part of God if you don't take Jesus as your personal savior, or you haven't been converted, then you're going to go off to hell, and that's separate. Yeah, so there's lots of Christians with their ideas fucked up, but there's lots of Christians, and this is the main point of the video, is that there's lots of Christians, and there's always been lots of Christians and non-Christians who believe in God and use the word God, and they have the right idea that God is all that is, and it's a lie. And Christianity has a word for it, and it's God. Muslims have the word for it, Allah, but we speak English. So we're going to say God. And I don't think Buddhist has the word for it, and if they did, I'm sure in these 1,000 comments, the Buddhists would have mentioned it. Oh yeah, we have a word for God. And some other thing, somebody goes, yeah, why should I believe in your God? And it's like, I never said that. And I said in the video, God is all that is. It's everybody's God. And if they're talking about why should I believe in your God, you know, fuck the God and everything, all this, we shouldn't believe in. Buddhists believe in gods. The Hindus have like 30 million of them. And the Buddhists have a whole bunch of them too. Dakini, Ajna, all kinds of different spirits and stuff. And so yeah, God is an expansive word. You have big G God, little G God. Little G gods are all the like the pixies and the fairies and the different like divas you can pray to and try to emulate in your and you know, emulate what they represent in you, and you know, certain aspects of archetypal aspects that you strive to become. And then of course you have the gods of the Bible, the aliens, but there's God, and that's what Buddhists should believe in, and that's what my video is about. And a couple days ago some guy's like, yeah, you don't know Buddhism, and I'm like, well, that's not what the video is about. I'm not giving a lesson in Buddhism. I'm saying Buddhists should believe in God. Because every religion has its piece of the puzzle, and we are going to have a one world religion, and it's going to happen soon, and where everybody has the same religion, and that's what you need. Because a big problem that people have had with my video is that well, one guy said that there's not going to be one world religion, but there is going to be one religion. But yeah, a big problem people have had with my video is that I don't understand nirvana. I don't understand, because I said in the video that you should, you know, as far as the ego, like, I don't like the atheistic idea that Buddhists have is when you die or when you die, or when you achieve nirvana. I guess when you achieve nirvana, you kind of melt into the universe. And you lose your ego and you melt into the universe forevermore, and like just splattering out. And that's what the atheists believe. And that, I don't like that idea. And not only me, but you can't expect normal people who preach that to normal people and have them like the idea. That's like going from 5 miles an hour to 150 miles an hour in like 2 seconds. You're gonna flatten your body and die. You can't go from first grade all the way up and graduate college overnight. There's stages to everything. Everything passes through stages, everything. And it's a gross oversimplification. It's like the Christians believing that you live on the world once, and then when you die you get to go to heaven for all of eternity, or you burn in hell for all of eternity, which is a gross oversimplification. It's like believing that, even if you believe in reincarnation, it's like believing that you have 5 lives on the earth, and after 5 lives you become enlightened, you know, or you know, thinking stuff happens instantaneously. And that's why and I do believe that, you know, you will melt back into the universe and melt into each other and lose your ego that way, but it doesn't happen that quickly. And so there's a step to the process, and a natural step to the process is by melting, by as far as losing your ego, because the ego is what makes you separated, feel separated from everybody else, and feel like an individual unit, and make you you know, like I'm me and you're you, and I know what I believe and you know what you believe, and then you can like fight over it. And so you want to dissolve the ego and feel like you're more one and more like minded. And the first step to that is by having one world religion, is by being like-minded, believing the same thing as everybody else. And the step to doing that is by melting all the world religions together into one world religion. Having the Buddhists believe everything the Christians believe, and the Christians believe everything the Buddhists believe. And some people might go, oh, but that's impossible. No, it's not impossible, it's possible. You just believe everything, all the correct things that they believe, all the good stuff, and you throw the crap away. You throw away the crap that the Christians say that you're going to burn in hell for all of eternity. You know, and that God, or whoever controls the universe, is some like white bearded guy up in the sky somewhere. And you believe the crap that the Buddhists believe, that after you achieve nirvana or whatever, you just melt into the universe after your life as a human, you know? What, you're like there was, like you're a Buddhist and you meditate all your life, and then you achieve nirvana, like the Buddha achieves nirvana, and then he just melts into the universe, into nothingness, and then that's it, forever and ever. That's gross simplification, and that I don't believe. Because there's all this other beliefs that are a lot more complicated, a lot more complex, and you want to, the most complex belief is the most correct belief. So that's basically my answer to why Buddhists believe in God. I'm out of time though, so there you go.